Hey, Intuitive Soul Tribe. Melissa, Intuitive Soul Coach here, excited to bring to you today's collective reading where we dive into the energy of the very powerful annular solar eclipse in the sign of Libra taking place on October 14th. That reverberates out into the universe for many weeks and months after. So welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below. All right, welcome. What is all this talk about this solar eclipse? Why is it so important? What does it mean for you on a personal, professional, and even global level? Well, this is a powerful annular solar eclipse in the sign of Libra. It is also a new moon, and it is all about balance, bringing about karmic endings. Now, we also have the South Node in Libra, so it's an extra important date as well because it's about justice, karmic endings, bringing things into equilibrium. And in order to do that, things need to get shaken up a little bit. So today we'll take a look at the blessings and the disguise, or the bitter and the sweet. Now, this is the time for us to do the dirty work. Dig in deep to get to the root of issues, which may pertain to specifically relationships, communication, how we deal and interact with others on a professional level, on a personal level, financially, emotionally. Now, this solar eclipse can really be seen in the United States, in Mexico, in Central and South America. And you can expect unexpected shifts as this is a time to purge, which we actually have the letting go card as one of the final outcomes. So a very powerful time to hit that cosmic reset button. Now, for those of you that may be people pleasers, control freaks at time, peacekeepers, perfectionists, those of you who may micromanage, or you feel like you are around people who micromanage, are control freaks, or really are strongly perfectionists, this is being enhanced at this time. So your mental and emotional health is going to be affected by this solar eclipse. So today we'll talk about how we can find balance emotionally, and we'll talk about different action steps that we can take here at this time to help you navigate through this energy. Not suppress, right? Not shoo it to the side, because what this eclipse is bringing in for you, beautiful souls, is it's a white elephant, right? You cannot bypass the elephant in the room, and that's what this time is all about. Now, we also have gifts coming in, so happy birthday to those of you who are celebrating birthdays this month, specifically today. Some of you may have a birthday today whenever you are watching this. Now, this is also about your spiritual gifts, right? This is about you being able to take a deep dive, because there's a deep awakening happening, a deep transformation that is happening within you internally and externally. And this could also pertain to relationships with our mother, with our father. Okay, I'm also getting here for some of you, you have been feeling a little bit scattered within your gifts. Maybe some of you felt disconnected from your own intuition. This is a time to bring that back into perspective, or back into that reset. How can we find balance? Because you also have this energy here, and we didn't pull the cards yet, but we have this energy of belief systems, spiritual toolbox. Now, a really big thing that we can utilize at this time is downtime. Rest and retreat. Can we take a time out? If you can do this around the energy of that solar eclipse, so on the 14th of October, but if you can do this up to 5 days after as well, it's really going to help you out. So journaling is a really powerful thing to do at this time. Meditation, working on some self-healing when it comes to relationships that have been a challenge and a struggle. You may find that there are unexpected shifts that happen for you, because we do have this shadow work card coming up here as well. The shadow work is all about inner healing. dealing with maybe even some post-traumatic stress from relationships, from trauma, from childhood wounding, from relationships with spouses, with parents, with children, with coworkers, whatever this may be for you. This is a deep dive into the egoic self, okay? Some of you, if you've struggled with addictions, or if other people around you have struggled with addictions, all of this is coming to the surface. Now, Eclipse gets a bad rap because it can certainly bring out truths, it can bring out scandals, it can bring things that are hidden out into the woodwork for you to take a look at. And that's exactly what this shadow work is all about. So for those of you who have been maybe even at times wanting to turn a blind eye to a situation. This is all about you getting honest and authentic and real with yourself, right? No longer denying or lying to oneself about a circumstance, a relationship, or what's truly going on behind the scenes. Okay, for others of you, you may be taking a deep dive into your own health. Okay, health is something that's coming up at this time as well. Now, it's a really powerful time to focus on the body. How has your body been feeling? What is your body trying to tell you? So it's about bringing balance into our bodies, our minds, right? Our hearts. Now, this Libran energy is all about connecting. How can we connect to our higher selves, connect to those around us, and face things that have been difficult? Now, you also have some buried emotions that may show up for you this month. Okay, like I said, if control has been an issue or a factor in your life, or if it's been present, right, this could get amplified, where it's getting amplified or brought to the surface for you to say, why do I feel the need to control this situation? How is it working for me or against me? Again, there's a lot of duality here showing up. Now, what is the good, right? What's the good, you may be asking? What is the blessing? Even though some things that are disguised are coming out into the open. Now, the good is that, for one, your spiritual gifts are enhanced, and this actually truly is a gift from the universe to hit that cosmic reset button. Because Libra is in the South Node, we are clearing away patterns and ancestral wounds and healings from even past lives. This is really, really powerful. And this is also about celebrations, right? It is a gift from the universe. So what is the sweet part of it as well? It's going to allow you, beautiful souls, to let go. And who doesn't want to let go, right? Even though we struggle to hang on. We struggle to let go. Letting go is one of the most challenging things we do in human form here on earth. Liberating ourselves. And it feels so good when you're finally at that other side, right? When we can let go of pain, when we can let go of trauma or an addiction or a relationship that has expired, right? If something in our life is no longer working and we've been denying it, if we have been struggling to see what we need to do, there's going to be more clarity coming in here. This is about liberation. It's about goodbyes. So a lot of you, there could be some unexpected shifts where you walk away from maybe a relationship that you've been in for 20 years. It could be a job. It could even be moving across the state, across the country, across the world. For others of you, you may have carried some deep, deep pain from many, many, many moons or lifetimes ago. So this is all about life lessons. And a big part of this energy is to bring about awareness, right? That's why we're doing the dirty work. That's why we've been undergoing some of these huge shifts, and some of them have not felt good. But the blessing here is letting go is actually going to put you in a position to allow things to flow. And that's the final word here on this card, is flow. Instead of feeling resistance, we're going to allow the energies to come at us, through us, and release back out, right? We're not going to hang on to these things causing dis-ease in the body, which can manifest in physical illness. And then once we let go, we have the action coming in here. This is beautiful. Taking action towards our our highest potential, right? Our wish fulfillment, our dreams, our goals, our aspirations, and most importantly, our own connection to our higher selves, to the divine, right? This is about you being able to move forward in any area that you felt stuck in, or maybe your body has held on to for quite some time, because sometimes there can be a little bit of a dissonance happening. Maybe you're doing all the right things over here, but for whatever reason, subconsciously, your body, your mind, your soul, there's a little bit of a personal battle going on, and you're still hanging on to some deep-seated beliefs or deep-seated wounding. Now you're moving forward. You're shedding an old skin. That's what this is all about here. It's about you being able to have that motivation, more energy, more momentum to strive to be all that you can be, basically. So this is a really beautiful time. Okay, you can journal, you can create maybe even a vision board. Now it's not so much as a time to set some new intentions as it is about becoming aware. So you may even want to visit an old vision board. Some of you could be looking at journals. For others of you, you could have a heart-to-heart conversation with someone very close to you. You may apologize. Someone may apologize to you. You may be getting clear on the next step in your career that you want to take, right? Because you have the dragon's horde here showing up. This is about protecting your future. So some things are getting shaken up here. And if you experience a tower moment, which we'll pull some tarot cards here in a moment, but if there are tower moments here, if there are wheel of fortunes, if there are judgments, it wouldn't surprise me to see some big major arcanas today. And for those of you who have not checked out your end of the year final countdown reading, those were pretty powerful. You may want to check yours out. But it is all about, release, in order for us to bring about a new sense of stability that's based on something stronger within us, okay? Because when we look externally for that stability, it's built on maybe an illusion or a false sense of stability. That's what we're shattering. A lot of us are shattering through illusions. That's why these things are coming out. Now, you want to protect your future. But in order to do that, we need to bring it back into balance. We need to reap kind of what we've sown in a way. And there is, and I keep saying this because it's coming up, we're purging in order to have a cosmic reset. So a lot of us have been feeling this shift in this energy. And even some of you have been saying, Melissa, I've been feeling the shift. I've just been wondering, when is it going to happen, right? When is this? What does it look like? Well, it's going to be different for each and every one of us, but on a deeper soul level, you're already going through it. You've already been implementing these deep changes on a cellular and spiritual level. So protecting the future by taking a look at what we need to take a look at, right? Doing the dirty work now so we don't live in a false concept here, a false illusion, or those relationships that aren't serving us, or that job that's just no longer for our highest good. It's putting basically a BS detector through our worlds and saying, where do we need to level up? Right? And I sense that's coming in here. We have card 12, which is the Hanged Man energy. And that Hanged Man is releasing control, which we talked about. It's about getting unstuck. Because some of you are saying, well, Melissa, I feel really stuck in this area, or within my health, or within my relationship. I'm not quite sure which direction to go. Well, get ready here, because this is shaking things up, and it may feel scary while you're going through it, but it's actually projecting you into this spiritual enlightenment, right? Heightening those gifts that you have. It is a gift from the universe in order to let go and take action. And some of you, this is about simplifying your life. It's about being able to work smarter, not harder. It is about being able to find more peace, more tranquility, more relaxation. And for some of you, you may be recovering as well from a physical illness, right? From something emotional. So a lot of healing taking place here in order for you to move forward feeling lighter. I am getting this lighter energy coming in here. I'm also getting that someone may have just lit an incense, a candle, or maybe some Palo Santo or sage. I smell something here in the air, Okay. I also get that some of you may have a deep cleanse, whether this is a purge in water. Maybe you get caught in a rainstorm. For others of you, maybe you feel a loosening while you're in maybe the shower or in a hot tub or a pool. There's a body of water. I'm getting that you're going to feel like you are releasing. Okay. Please take that as it resonates. But I'm getting a lot of water here around you. Now we also have a tidy house, clarity and organization. It's card 1, which represents new beginnings, right? It can represent the self, courage, and also ones can represent gifts as well, which you have here. So for some of you, there could be some shifts around your home, whether you are organizing, whether you're clearing out the old to make way for new. Some of you are doing a deep decluttering of your closet space, of your drawers, of your office. I'm getting a child's room as well. Someone is getting rid of a lot of toys or a lot of maybe some old clothes that their children have outgrown. I'm also sensing that there's family healing taking place here on a level that maybe you've never been able to tap into yet in this lifetime. So again, ancestral healing is big. Father, mother, bloodlines, right? Your great, 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 great father. You may be looking into your origin as well, where you come from. Some of you may be adopted, or you may be thinking about your background. I'm also getting you may be looking into your health based on how your parents or your family, their health. Okay, someone may find that there was a repeat pattern or a repeat belief. Now, what I mean by a repeat belief, maybe some of you have said, well, my mom got cancer, her mom got cancer, and my aunt got cancer, right? So I'm going to get cancer. That could be a belief that has been carried or passed down in the bloodline. And it's something that you may be shaking up and saying, you know what, I'm not going to get cancer. Now, of course, who's going to say I want to get cancer? But I feel like there is a big shift and a big shakeup when it comes to some family beliefs or origins, even on a deep cellular level, even if you're not telling yourself that consciously, subconsciously, because that has taken place before you, you may have that ingrained. That's what we're shaking loose, right? So some of you are also changing your living space, your living environment. You could be doing do-it-yourself projects. I'm also getting that someone could be staying. You could get an unexpected surprise, unexpected visitor. Someone may ask to move in, or someone could be moving out. Let's take a look and see what else is showing up here for you. What else do we have here? What are we purging? We did say purge earlier. So some of you, it's going to be physical, it is emotional, it is mental, and you're going to want to align your inner world with your outer world. So if a lot of you are having a deep need to do some reflection and to do some organizing, to clean out maybe a pots and pan or Tupperware drawer, go with the flow. Go with what you are being called to do, because that's actually going to help create mental clarity for you as well. What else do we need to know here? The new moon. Time to replenish, and we see the empty well. So for a lot of you, it's also card 16. That's the Tower in tarot. So for those of you that have gone through a lot of changes, a lot of awakenings, there are things being revealed here for you, sudden revelations that offer you freedom in order to replenish yourself, right? This is like that cup that we give so freely at times unto others or into the world. And some of you haven't been filling your own cup. That's why you have the rest and retreat. And that could be a belief that's being shattered as well. Now, it doesn't mean that this eclipse is going to shake up your outer world. For a lot of us, it's internal, right? It's saying, okay, how can I focus some of this energy on myself? Or maybe you had a deep belief that it's selfish to do so. I have to take care of everyone else. There is no time for me. So I'll just give myself the scraps, right? I'll give myself the leftovers. There's none of that happening here. This is a time for you to replenish. Now, for some of you, myself included, I've noticed, and I don't get, and this is a belief that I have as well, I don't often get ill, right? I don't often get colds, but I have noticed a little bit of stuffiness here because, well, for one, I'm a Libra as well. So a lot of shifts happening here around this season. So you may notice that things come up within your body that have been, excuse me, suppressed or stored. It could be old wounds, maybe that sprained ankle that you had 7 years ago, or that surgery of that hip. Something could be showing back up here for you. Don't get paranoid. You know, it's your body saying, okay, did we resolve this, or is there something we can take a deeper look into? Is it time to rest? Is it time to pause? Are you allowing yourself to be and feel nurtured? Some of you may feel like there are illnesses coming up because maybe you don't feel seen, you don't feel heard, you don't feel appreciated, you don't feel loved, you don't feel respected. Now, emotionally and mentally, a lot is going on at this time. So please, please, please talk to a trusted friend, a trusted loved one, a coach, a mentor, a healer, a professional. Get it off your chest. Don't hold it in. Even if it's you channeling through song, through dance, through journaling, because we don't want to suppress, because there's a lot happening here. And some of you may find that you can't sit still. Okay, very antsy type of energy. And for others of you, you may feel completely drained and exhausted. So trust that whatever your body is telling you at this time, trust that it's your ally here to support you, and go with the flow more of what you are being guided to do. And most importantly, replenish, fill your own cup. All right, what else do we have here, please? I just heard happy birthday. So for some of you, again, you may have a birthday today. Now we're going to also take a look at the different signs, cardinal signs, fixed signs, and notable signs. And we'll get a little specific message there for you as well. But I definitely recommend whatever your sun, moon, and rising is to get a bigger picture. All right, what else do we see here? We have movement toward adventure. Beautiful. So this is your final shift here. It's card 5, which 5s can represent change, right? And it does say shift. And we've been talking about unexpected shifts. Now, embrace the unknown. And we see here that there is a deep dive into the water, and that is that emotional watery element. And so for a lot of you, you may feel up and down with your emotions. You may feel emotional making some of these big decisions, but trust that the choices and decisions that you are making are in your highest good, even if they're difficult, even if it's hard to have that conversation, even if stepping away from an energy leaves you feeling a little bit of regret or a little bit of sadness or loss or grief, whatever it may be. Allow yourself to feel in order for you to let it flow to move forward. But I am getting, for a lot of you, the blessing here is more adventure. It's more fun. And this has been something coming up for a lot of signs, is we've been taking life so darn seriously. And yes, there's a lot going on out here, right? But how can we bring more fun, play, joy, and magic into our lives? This is about moving towards adventure. And we've been stifled for so long, it feels at times, that the universe wants us to play. The universe wants us to have a little bit of fun. So let's take a look here and see what we need to know. What else do we need to know? Let's pull some tarot cards. What else can we look forward to? We're going to take a look here at maybe the bitter. Yeah, let's do the bitter or the blessing, or excuse me, the disguise. And then let's do the sweet or the blessing. All right. So this is taking a look at maybe the hidden things, what's coming up, what could be a little bit of a challenge, what may be exposed, what could be a block, what do we need to know. The temperance, to be patient, right? Patient with ourselves, patient with others. Remember in the beginning here, we did talk about that control energy or perfectionism or micromanage. This is going to show up a little bit more so maybe than it has, whether you are the one that's embracing these energies or it's other people around you. Can we bring more patience, more harmony into the mix by understanding, by being awakened to what's really and truly happening around us. That's going to allow you to find that balance, because the temperance is about blending the energies. It's about self-control. It is about being able to maybe moderate, compromise, negotiate. And that's what Libra season is all about. And again, Libra is in the South Node. So it is about collaborative energy, working together. It is shifting the old to make way for new. This is about miracles, it says, divine energy and perfect harmony. And it's represented here by the manta ray. So the bitter or the disguise could be some impatience, right? Could be some control, could be flipping the switch here, where sometimes emotions get way over here and sometimes we overindulge, or you may see people are acting ways that they haven't acted in a while. Maybe someone loses their cool around you, but we talked about the plus side. So a little bit of bitter and sweet is what we're actually going to clarify here. But if you lose your cool, don't be so hard on yourself. Okay, of course, no one wants to lose their cool or have a freak out or have a meltdown, right? But we are having this experience. We are having a human experience. And sometimes we beat ourselves up. Be more kind, more loving, and more patient with yourself. Honor your emotions and your feelings. Now, right behind it, we have the Page of Cups. This says surprising insights. It's all about artistry and love. It's about relationships and connections. And it's about us heading towards more movement of our heart, right? What we want to experience and feel here in the heart, even if things get shaken up or it's uncomfortable for the time being. And then you have coming up for air. So yes, this is a time for us to come up for air, because so many of us have been going, doing, or struggling. This is a moment for us to kind of come up for air with this eclipse and to take a look again at what's going on in here. Is it aligned with what's going on out here, right? Are we letting other people really affect our energy in big ways where it's throwing us off kilter? What can we do to empower ourselves and rein our energy back in? Okay, so I do feel with this Page of Cups showing up, a lot of you could benefit from your artistry, putting your effort into your craft at this time. Whatever you love, whatever you enjoy doing, whether it's cooking or baking or dancing or painting, journaling, listening to podcasts or reading, or just laying in a hammock, watching the birds, whatever it may be for you. It could be Pilates, yoga, swimming, you name it. How can we get back into that or do a little bit of that at this time? Because that's going to help you feel more balanced and more aligned. All right, let's look at the sweet. Let's look at the blessings here. How we can embrace more of it. There's the star, beautiful. And we have the Eight of Wands, both beautiful energies. So we see things happening quickly. So there could be some quick success for some of you, quick communication. There could be quick apologies. There may be quick movements. A lot of action here, because the Eight of Wands is optimism, it's speed, and it also can be about standing still, right? And what I mean by that is like the eye of the tornado. So yeah, there may be things going on out here that feel crazy, that feel chaotic. But what we are learning to do at this time in history is standing still within the midst of it. Because the energy that we all put out there is actually going to be, what happens in the world. It's up to us. We have way more power than we think, right? We think that it's in the hands of A, B, or C, but really our future is in the hands of us. And a lot of you are awakening to that at this time, at this moment. You're here for a reason. So when the Eight of Wands shows up, some of you are traveling, okay? You may be relocating. There could be a lot of movement in a relationship or in a career that's been stuck or stagnant for some time. And lastly, you have the star. This is the polar bear here, and it's all about healing, hope, and gifts from the Great Spirit. And you literally have gifts showing up here. So again, this is the sweet. This is the blessing. The stars are aligning at this time. There's a lot of shifts happening here. There's hope. There is a new sense of healing for mankind that also is affecting your own energy, right? Cellular energy, ancestral, past life. It's big. That's why this is so important at this time. All right, let's take a look at some of the signs energy. Let's look at the cardinal signs: Libra, Aries, Capricorn, and Cancer. This may affect you very, very deeply. It doesn't mean that it's not affecting others. We'll talk about that for a moment. So of course, if you have Libra, Aries, Capricorn, or Cancer as your sun, moon, or rising, really pay attention here, because you have a front row seat in a sense. This time is all about you confronting your fears. It's about a newfound sense of empowerment, right? It's about you embracing all that you are. This is about exploring your gifts, exploring, what you've come here to do on maybe an energetic or spiritual level. So yes, you have been doing what you were meant to do, right? Sometimes we say, well, what am I here for? You've already been doing it, but this is something far greater than just the egoic individual self. This is something bigger than that. So it could be acts of service. It could be doing things that reach people on a global or universal level. And for those of you, it could be shifting your belief or what you're putting out into the universe, right? It doesn't even mean that you have to do some big act of service or move to a different country or whatever. It could be your belief system in itself, cardinal signs, that is helping heal the planet. And there's the Tower in reverse. I love this for you because, like I said, it may affect you because you have that front row seat, especially, Libra, Aries. We are on that Aries, Libra, South and North node, and Capricorn and Cancer as well. Cardinal signs are really being affected. And the Tower is about unexpected change, but it's showing up in reverse, which is good because it's offering you freedom. It's sudden revelations. It's a shattering of an old belief. It's an awakening on a deep level. And I really like this Tower. If you've seen this come up in your readings prior, it almost makes me chuckle because you can see here that she's looking back. And she has a little bit of magic coming off of her staff or her wand there. So it almost makes me feel like she's pointed her staff at this tower and she is the one that is bringing it down here, right? And it's not like an evil, wicked grin, but it's like, okay, I'm ready. I have been ready for this. So on a deep soul level, there is an excitement, cardinal signs. There's an excitement within you that is ready for this next level, this next step, this next shift in frequency and vibration, right? A lot of you have been tapping in or are living in the 5D. And this Tower energy is coming in saying, okay, whatever we've been working through, it's coming to a peak here in order for us to let go, take action in a new direction, and to really heighten the spiritual gifts. I love this for you. Let's get one more for cardinal signs: Libra, Aries, Capricorn, and Cancer. What do we have here for cardinal signs, please? The King of Pentacles. For a lot of you, this is affecting your finances, your stability. This is some big boss energy, and it's focusing on success and that in the physical realm. So even though this is spiritual, we still, after all, live on earth and we need to survive, but you may be changing the structure of stability on a global level, on a personal level, a professional level. This is really big energy coming in for you. And that's why you have the Tower. For some of you, this is about you've worked your way to the top, or you've worked your way towards and through some sort of struggles and setbacks. The king and the queen, they don't get king and queen status by not going through some stuff, right? They've gone through some stuff. For some of you, it's been trust. Okay, for others of you, there's great abundance. Now you see the cow in the background there wearing a little bit of that victory wreath, but he's enjoying the fruits of his labor and he can trust in himself to make decisions. He's come to a point in his life where he feels financially secure and stable. He feels like he knows his place in the world. For some of you, this is about abundance, stability. You're very generous. You are a reliable leader. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to be a leader of a company or your own business, but for a lot of you, you are, right? A lot of you, you are your own boss. And for others of you, you may be shifting into that mindset of a leader mindset. And I've heard people comment before, Melissa, I don't want to be a leader, right? I don't want to do that. We can lead within our energy and our power. So what that means also is we don't let other people, places, or things affect our energy. And that in itself can be a strength of leadership. Okay, so we have here, yes, the beautiful King of Pentacles and the Tower. So let's take a look at fixed signs: Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. This time is all about inner healing for you. It's deep inner healing. For those of you who've really gone through some stuff, right? Dark night of the soul, some shadow work, some maybe brush against death, some deep heartache, heartbreak, loss of loved ones, loss of job, whatever it may have been. There's justice. Wow, you have the justice card, which is also Libra. And this is big, right? This is some inner healing that you are working through. That has been a long time coming. If you've been dealing with any sort of legal issues, legal situations, maybe some of you work in law, some of you may have even, okay, this is interesting. I'm getting here locked up. So maybe you had a loved one who was imprisoned or locked up or something here with behind bars. Okay, they're saying go with that one because it was flipped. Oh, you have the Temperance again showing up here. Okay, there's patience. Somebody's had to be patient waiting for their justice, and it's coming here. Okay, this is the energy here of justice and karma and balance. So yeah, a long time coming. For those of you fixed signs, get excited. And I definitely recommend listening to your rising sign. If you don't know what your rising or your ascendant sign is, Google it because you can really benefit from knowing what that's all about. And I suggest looking at, maybe your cardinal, a fixed and a mutable sign. You could be all three, and you're going through all three of these. Some of you have triple. I just heard triple Scorpio. Some of you may have triple Scorpio. But we have big justice coming in here, big karmic cycles ending for you fixed signs, a lot of inner healing around relationships, around family, around children, even around relationships and soul tribe. What you're doing is you're letting go of some of that old so you can make way for new soul tribe to come in. Right? So you can strengthen the relationships that are important and already supportive of your energy and vice versa. But you're also setting yourself up for 2024 to attract new, helpful, reliable, trustworthy people into your world. Whether it shows up as a friendship that's here for a lifetime or a soulmate energy, it's a really, really big, and I'm loving this for you. All right, so Temperance and the Justice for you fixed signs. Now, mutable signs: Gemini, Virgo, and Sagittarius, and Pisces. Wow, you have this one showing up here again. So some of you may have the fixed sign, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, maybe your sun, your rising, or your moon. But for you mutable signs here, this time is all about spiritual balance, which we see in the Temperance, right? So a lot of patience coming up here. But again, the bitter or the disguise could be a lot of impatience. It can be extremes in behavior. It can be temper tantrums, meltdowns, overindulgences, over drinking. This is for everyone, of course. But I feel for you mutable signs, again, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces, this eclipse is all about spiritual balance. It's about boundaries in your professional and personal life, and it's all about mindfulness. So you see here that she's practicing this yoga pose. What is this, tree pose? I'm not sure. I'm not a yogi, but this is about finding balance, and she's, after all, standing on one leg. What better way to find balance than actually standing on one leg? So a lot of you may be balancing up you know, your relationship with spirit, even the relationships that you have professionally and personally. Some of you have let people walk all over you, or maybe you felt at times that there were not reciprocal energy in relationships. It was one-sided. I feel like that's what you are bringing into balance here. What's one-sided? Is this equal give and take? Has someone been crossing boundaries? Have I felt used and abused in the past? Right? That's shifting here in a big way, mutable signs. What else do we need to know for Gemini, Virgo, Sag, and Pisces? All right. You have the Ace of Swords. Beautiful. You're cutting through all of that crap, all of that, you know, imbalance. You're getting to the truth of situations here with this Ace of Swords. This is a major breakthrough for a lot of you. If you've been struggling finding balance with yourself and the divine, with your own spiritual gifts, with your shadows, with finding some time for you here with the rest and retreat, on letting go of situations that have been hindering your personal growth or professional growth, and even, you know, taking action in certain areas where you've wanted to take action. Get ready, because this Ace of Wands, or excuse me, Ace of Swords comes in with a lot of power at that tip. But you're also realizing that communication is very, very important and powerful, and that you don't have to necessarily use a sword. Okay. And what that means is, if someone or you yourself or people around you have been very argumentative, maybe you've hurt each other through words, or maybe at times there's been a lot of indecisiveness, because sometimes that sword, it cuts deep, right? They're giving me the song. I don't know who the singer is. They're just giving me the first cut is the deepest. Okay, the first cut is the deepest. So for some of you, this has been a wound that maybe you've carried from the very beginning. Maybe it was deep heartache, loss, whatever it may be. But there are breakthroughs coming in, and it's going to help you reset the scales and set healthy boundaries for you and those around you. And lastly here, you have the Ace of Cups. Look at this. You have double ace energy here, mutable signs. So Gemini, Virgo, Sag, Pisces. There could be a new love coming in here for you. This is a connection to open your heart up, maybe even after some very difficult challenges. Some of you may have used food, may have used alcohol, substances, or indulged in one thing or another in order to suppress some of the wounds, some of the shadows. You're having a breakthrough here, and this is a soul quenching renewal. So this is quite exciting for you, mutable signs. Very exciting. All right, last but not least, let's get a few overall messages here right away. Right away, it's coming out. Page of Wands energy. This kind of goes hand in hand, and it actually landed right here around the star. But it does go hand in hand with the message here of Spirit of the River. And ooh, we were seeing a river. We were seeing water earlier. This is movement towards adventure. And who better to move towards the adventure is the Page of Wands. Stay curious. Stay open to new beliefs, new friendships, new lifestyle changes, because you are adaptable. We are humans. We are adaptable. So there is a shift happening here. And you see the little chameleon on the path, which represents change and adaptability. So know and trust that no matter where your soul's journey takes you, this is for all of you, the collective, that you're going to be okay. Because look at that. You have a guide there in the form of the cat. He's already 20 steps ahead of you. So you are being divinely guided. Some of you may have a strong energy with cats or feline. Could be lion, could be pumas, cougars, tigers, right? Some of you, I'm getting the Bengal tiger. That could mean something to you. Now we have here an adventure that awaits, and I feel like you're ready. You're ready to embrace a new beginning. Okay, whatever that may shift, because there is the leaves changing in the background. So a lot of us, you know, we are seeing changes in our environments. We're seeing changes on a weather level. Okay, if you live maybe in the northern hemisphere, you may be seeing the colors change on the trees, and those in the southern, you may be heading towards spring. So things are awakening here, but I definitely feel like new adventure awaits. And this is an exciting journey, but don't worry that these things may be kind of breaking apart in order to bring you closer to your highest good. Okay. What else do we have here? Releasing a lot of toxicity. Okay. Releasing old karmic cycles, belief patterns that no longer serve you. This goes back to, again, bloodline and ancestry. It can be toxic cycles, relationships, behaviors, whatever the devil energy represents for you, we're releasing. Okay. And even though it may be tempting at times, because look at that devil there. He's carrying a satchel of money, offering it to this young man. And he also has here an ice cream cone, offering it to the young woman. But you've grown, you've matured, you've learned, you have wisdom, you have experience under your belt. You're not going to let this energy trick you. Maybe it had in the past. Maybe you didn't know what you know now, but you're definitely freeing yourself from it. You're reclaiming your power, and you're going to stand in a position where you are far better off than you were in the past. That is what I have for you, beautiful souls. This is a powerful annular solar eclipse and new moon in the sign of Libra that is going to affect each and every one of us. Stand in your power. Allow yourself that downtime. Focus on a few things that bring you tranquility and peace and serenity, right? Release things that no longer serve you. Expect some shakeups at this time. And again, this can reverberate into weeks and months afterwards. But if you can take the next 5 days after, I mean, we have another partial lunar eclipse coming in on the 28th. We have some deep Pluto shifts happening. I mean, there's a lot going on. I'm not an astrologist, but if you can tune into energy, which I believe a lot of you can, you're here after all, you're feeling these shifts that are affecting you internally, emotionally, spiritually, mentally. So just be patient with yourself. Try to be as patient as you can with others. And if someone has a meltdown, someone snaps, or someone just isn't acting like themselves, just remember that we're all going through this journey together, and we need to support and send out that love. Okay, because remember, we have more power than we think we do. Thank you so very much for being here, collective. It has been a pleasure. If you like this reading, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It certainly does help get the divine channel messages out there to those that need it most. Thank you so much. Lots of love.